Hey there, VC. I'm back for another update. I had a huge Goodwill haul, as well as some crazy flea market finds from last weekend. I donated a few records to Goodwill, and all of a sudden, I think I must have sparked something because the next few days I kept coming back and going back, and it sparked like 5 shelves of records, and all $2 a piece at my Goodwill. And I'm probably gonna go back later today just to be sure. So yeah, I'm not feeling 100% great today. I'm a little tired, but cheers, VC. Drinking some 7-Up tropical something because it's hot out. So let's start off. These are kind of all mixed together. Some Goodwill finds, some flea market finds. So this is kind of an interesting one that I got. This is Cat Mother and the All Night Newsboys. This is on Polydor from 1969, and it's some jazz fusion, garage rock a little bit, but yeah, that was really interesting to find. You never see records like this at Goodwill. Here's more of a Goodwill kind of record, but not these kind of apex pressings of Wilf Carter aren't the easiest to find. I like this album a lot. Wilf Carter, Best Westerns. Great Canadian artist. We got 2001: A Space Odyssey. This was another Goodwill find. I'll just say if they're not a Goodwill find, I'll specify. Otherwise, they're a Goodwill find. I left some of the price tags still on, but and this is Bob McBride. He was with the group Lighthouse, another Canadian guy, and that's from 1972. Next up, another Canadian guy, Tom Middleton, and this is a bit of country music, Canadian, nice. And here was a huge score. The cover has some wear, but for the pressing that it is and the price, I wasn't going to pass it up at Goodwill. Led Zeppelin 2, 1969, and I'll show you the label here. This is a Canadian first pressing on the Atlantic Red Label. Now these records sound fantastic, those Red Label pressings, and that is also in great condition too, so such a shocker to actually have that. And just bear with me a second here, VC. I'm going to take another sip here. This might be a little bit of a longer video, but you want to stick around. Okay, Neil Young. After the Gold Rush, Canadian first pressing, gatefold. Now these aren't all the albums I got. I got a couple K-Tel albums and stuff, but these are kind of the highlights. It's got the original lyric sheet in there. That was a Canadian only thing. Sorry, I'm just kind of setting them down there. I know it probably looks funny, but what can you do? This is another Canadian group. This is 1971. Now this group was electronic music, early electronic, prog, jazz kind of stuff, and this is really good music. It's interesting, and yeah, so I'm not going to read all these because I got to kind of blow through these, but I found a lot of great Canadian music. This is a really cool cover. This is A Foot in Water, and they're a Canadian hard rock group from the 70s, and this is a nice textured sleeve, and I've never seen that before. And it's worth a little bit of cash, so that doesn't bother me too much. Now this is a crazy flea market find, and you guys are gonna enjoy seeing this because I've never ever seen this. And just one second here, VC. I'm gonna grab both of them, and I'll show you the first one first. This is the Sonics first album on Etiquette. Now this is a second pressing from 1966, but I'm really not going to complain about that. I paid up a little bit for it, but it's totally worth it. I've never seen another one. And that was crazy to find at the flea market. Great garage rock, just raw. You guys all know that. Another one. Another crazy one here. This is the Wailers, Out of Our Tree. And this is on Etiquette once again. This is a first pressing stereo. and I really enjoy this album. And those are very hard to find too, so to find that was crazy. Now switching musical tastes a little bit, you guys all know that I'm into different kinds of music, and aside what other people think, I respect this hip hop artist, and I think he's gone a little bit crazy, and there's lots of drama surrounding him. But this is an earlier album from him. This is from 2010. This is a triple album. It was $15 at the flea market. Kanye West. I mean, you might hate him, you might love him. I don't know, but I enjoy his music once in a while. It's nice to have some music that you can change it up from all the old stuff. So back to the Goodwill finds. Wings Greatest. This is a UK pressing. So that was really cool. And I really like that. Now, I don't think there is a poster in here. I didn't actually check. No, this one didn't come with the poster, just the inner sleeve. I don't know if it did originally in the UK or not. So that was very cool. Let's keep going. I'll bring up the stack now. It's much, much easier. Yeah, like I said, these aren't all my finds. I mean, I can't sit here all day. I mean, you guys don't want to sit here all day either. So, ABC, great 80s group that I always pick up. And I've never seen that one, actually. So that was really cool. I like that cover. And this was a find. Let me tell you, I never see this album anymore. This is Waylon Jennings, Honky Tonk Heroes. And this is an original Canadian first pressing. Cover's got some wear. Back's pretty nice, actually. And wow, that was a find for $2. So happy to find that. I have a reissue of that, but I didn't have an original. So that was pretty insane to find. And here's a Moody Blues album. I had this, but the reason I got it, it's got the original inserts, so you got to pick those up when they have the inserts, because they're getting harder and harder to find. This is nice. Monkey's debut. Canadian pressing on RCA. Nipper label. And then we have about 5 or 6, oops. Yeah, 5 or 6 albums, can't talk, by the group Asleep at the Wheel. There they are. And they're a great kind of country music group, and I've never seen any of their albums, so that was really cool to find. About 6 of their albums. Yeah, here's a Hank Williams Jr. I didn't have either. Now, I didn't check what label this was on yet. I'm thinking it's on Warner, and I'm right. There it is. And I also got a Hank Williams Jr. and Friends, but I don't know where I put that. It's around here somewhere. Here's a soundtrack to some sci-fi movie, Galaxy or something. I don't know. Didn't know what it was. Sometimes you just take those chances. I haven't looked all these up yet or anything. Of course, I'll take this for $2. Bowie changes too. I have changes, of course. But that was cool to find. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly soundtrack. Original. Isaac Hayes. I had this. It's got some tape on the bottom. And the inner sleeve's coming out, but pick those up whenever I can find them. And this is an album that I haven't bought for a long time. This is Squeeze. And so there. You all know that album once again. Some of these I don't even have to explain. And here's something cool. This is a nice Disney picture disc. Haven't looked that one up yet either. It's interesting. Thought I'd grab that. I don't know. I didn't even know Disney had any picture discs, really, back in the day. And what else do we have here? Yes, Adam and the Ants. These are still all Goodwill. I think all of these are Goodwill. Iron Butterfly. Their classic album. Nice copy. I never find that in good shape, so once again, really happy about that. Here's some MGM kind of compilation. It's got some good Van Dyke Parks on it and all that kind of cool music, so that was a cool find. upgrade of this Dire Straits album, I think. This cover's got a bit of wear, but I can't ever find this in good shape, so the vinyl's nice. We might have to do a good old Frankenstein. I didn't have this. America. So we picked it up. Didn't have this either. A Beautiful Day. This is a Canadian compilation. So that was cool. 2 more here, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Really appreciate it. Procol Harum and the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. So Edmonton is 3 hours away from me, where David Michael Naz Nomad lives. And yeah, so shout out to you, buddy. Found this one. I've never seen that before. And last but not least, we have a Billy Joe Shaver album, which I never find either. And it's got a cut corner, but this is from 1977. So there. That's it, VC. I know I say so there a lot, but that's it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed my finds. I'm heading out to the ocean for 2.5 weeks, BC, British Columbia, so I might not be making another video until then. I leave on Tuesday, but you never know. And hopefully I'll make another video soon, so thanks everybody for subscribing. And yes, thanks so much. So take care. Have a great day.